How's it going, guys? This is Brain Dead, and you're about to watch me play the Stanley Parable. This is not the demo, this is the full game. And, you know, I only played the demo, so I'm not sure exactly what to expect from the actual game. So let's jump into it right now.
Stanley worked for a company in a big
Look
building
at those
where he was
graphics.
employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And
Holy
although
crap.
others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Till
And then
now.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
You've been
No
there for an
one had
hour
showed
and you
up to
didn't
give him
realize that
instructions,
nothing was going on?
call a meeting, or
What the
even
fuck?
say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, so there's countless different endings that you can get, and also there's a ton of achievements.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Or
mean?
close the door.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I jump?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright. The hell? What was that up there? Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm just gonna try to go along with it this time, and in future videos I'm definitely going to be just doing whatever the fuck I want, basically.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting
Feeling
fired,
a wave
talk
of
less.
disbelief, Stanley
Unbelievably
decided to go
amazing
up
work
to his
all the time,
boss's
every day
office,
with no
hoping he might
exception.
find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let a ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Eh. Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, and charts and slides. So there's more charts than slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please. I'm begging. Stop. The boss appreciation minute. Oh, excuse me. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate and return to your boss appreciation supporter. Solving interpersonal. Why did we hire you? But more inclined. Plant life, football. What? Comatose? I want to be comatose. Just for not getting fired. Alright, so cycle through all of that shit. Is that a duck? Is that like a duck drawing that's kind of like just kind of not really a duck, just why is there a blurred out? Alright. Oh, look at it. To do synergize core value expenditures. Ah, fuck it. broom closet. Ah! It moved me!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
What are you talking about? There's nothing in here. There's plenty of stuff in here, man. Look at it. That's one of them wrenches.
There was nothing here.
Like a turkey
No
wrench or
choice to
something like
make,
that.
no path
There's
to follow.
cable.
Just an empty
There's
broom
cable.
closet. No reason
How could he
to
say there's
store
nothing
the
in here?
air.
There's cable and duct tape. Wait. Yeah, that's duct tape. Woohoo! And we got wrenches.
It was baffling that Stanley was still
pliers,
just
and more
sitting in
duct
the broom
tape.
closet. He wasn't even doing
want some
anything.
duct tape.
At least if there was something to
I want
interact
some
with,
duct tape.
he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing so. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fire hose. Why is there bird shit on the fire hose?
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
11,
He
12.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
what is
All
this
because
stuff
he
that's-
believed everyone
fuck
had
is this
vanished.
shit on
His
the-
boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
want a cold
maybe I
drink.
am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for
Wait,
no
$1.25?
reason at all.
Are you serious
None
for
of
your
it made any
fucking
logical sense.
canned soda?
And as Stanley pondered this, he began
Fuck
to make
that
other
shit.
strange observations.
Fuck
For example,
that shit.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't
this,
crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
Coffee
I
nut.
suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the
Then
voice
let me out!
not seem to
It's
make
a
the
dream!
magical
Let me
stars just a
out!
moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This
Let
voice
me
was a part of
out!
himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
I'm not normal, but okay.
I am okay.
Probably not. God damn!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is
Wake
Stanley.
me up!
I have a boss. I have an office.
Somebody,
I am real.
oh, your
Please,
car's
just
still
someone
going.
tell me I am real.
Your car's
I
still
must be
running.
real.
Oh,
I
everything's
must
turning
be.
red.
Can
What the fuck?
anyone
What the
hear
fuck?
my
What the
voice?
fuck?
Who am I? Who am I?
What the fuck?
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What's with my
And although
shoes?
she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments,
What's wrong with
she
my
considered the strange man.
What?
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she
Do
thought
you?
to herself how lucky she was
Do you know
to
what a
be
crazy
normal.
person looks like?
I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
No, you don't.
I know what is real and what isn't.
Liar.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing
Liar.
this man made her feel better. But
You
then she
lie.
remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Bitch. Alright, so I'm actually gonna end it here, guys. Subscribe for more, please. I'm trying to get, more subscribers, of course. Share this with your friends, your coworkers, your family, anyone that you know who likes video games or just needs a good laugh. Like this. It really means a lot to me whenever I get likes, guys. Um, you know, uh, as always, subscribe. Leave some comments. Tell me how you guys think I'm doing. And peace. I'll see you guys later.